Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES. Let's get to the news now. Eagles fans, buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you is quite intriguing, especially considering how the team has been maneuvering their roster in recent weeks. It's not every day you see a team sign a former first-round pick, especially one who's had a roller coaster of a start to his NFL career, and then do it again just days later. That's exactly what Philadelphia has done with Kenyon Green, and trust me, this move has a lot of layers that are worth unpacking. So let's set the scene first. Kenyon Green, a guy who was drafted 15th overall in the 2022 NFL Draft by the Houston Texans, has been a bit of a mixed bag since entering the league. Coming out of Texas A&M, Green was highly touted, a two-time All-American with a lot of promise. But as many young offensive linemen do, he faced some challenges early on. In his rookie season, he started 14 games for the Texans, but let's be honest, his performance was underwhelming. According to Pro Football Focus, Green was ranked as the worst guard in the league that year, allowing 47 pressures on the quarterback, which included 4 sacks. That's a significant number, and it's part of why Green's early NFL journey has been a bit rocky. And then, just before his second season, disaster struck, suffering a season-ending shoulder injury in August. That injury sidelined him for most of 2023, but he fought his way back, and during the 2024 season, he managed to start 9 games for the Texans. It shows resilience, no doubt, but it also highlights that Green has had to overcome some serious hurdles early in his NFL career. The Texans, recognizing his potential, traded him to the Eagles in March in exchange for safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson, along with some draft picks. It was a move that raised some eyebrows, considering Green's inconsistent past, but the Eagles saw something in him, perhaps a potential that just needed the right environment. Fast forward to now, and that brings us to the latest chapter in Green's story. The Eagles, in a shrewd but somewhat surprising move, re-signed him to their active roster this week. You might think, wait, didn't they waive him just a few weeks ago? Yes, that's correct. Green was waived on August 30th, right before the NFL roster cutdown deadline. But then, just a few days later, he was back on the practice squad. And now, he's back on the active roster. It's a roller coaster, no doubt, and it's raising some questions about how the Eagles see him fitting into their plans. Philadelphia had an open spot on their roster after rookie tackle Cameron Williams was placed on injured reserve ahead of Week 2, which likely played a role in bringing Green back. But the truth is, Green's return is a bit curious, especially considering the current state of the Eagles' offensive line. The team's offensive line is relatively healthy right now, with the starters, Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Tyler Steen, and Lane Johnson, being solid, experienced, and relatively injury-free. The backups like Fred Johnson, Brett Toth, and Matt Pryor are also capable, experienced players. So where does Green really fit into this puzzle? It's not entirely clear, and most analysts, including Brandon Lee Gowton from Bleeding Green Nation, have expressed skepticism about the move. Gowton pointed out that Green, as of now, might not even dress for game days, considering the depth and talent already present on the roster. He's probably destined to be a healthy scratch most weeks, just like Drew Kendall, who's also on the roster but isn't expected to see the field unless injuries strike. So again, it raises the question, why bring him back now? Well, one possibility is that the Eagles see his youth and potential as worth keeping close, especially since Green is only 24 years old. He's still very much a project, but one with some upside, given his athletic pedigree and college production. In terms of the on-field performance, Green's NFL stats are a mixed bag. During his rookie year, he started 14 games but struggled with consistency. Allowing 47 pressures and 4 sacks isn't what you'd hope for from a first-round pick, and his penalty count of 12 also raised eyebrows. That kind of performance, combined with the injury setbacks, certainly impacted his development. But it's important to remember that offensive line development isn't linear, and many young players need time to adjust, especially those who are physically and mentally tested at the NFL level. For the Eagles, signing Green again might be a gamble, an investment in his future potential rather than immediate impact. It's a gamble that could pay off, especially if Green continues to work hard and improve his technique. The Eagles have a history of developing young linemen and turning around careers that initially looked rocky. Look at how they've managed offensive linemen in the past. They're known for their coaching staff's ability to unlock a player's potential, even if it takes some time. Looking ahead, the Eagles will face the Los Angeles Rams this coming Sunday at Lincoln Financial Field, kicking off at 1 p.m. ET. It's a big game, and the team will need all hands on deck, especially up front. While Green probably won't be part of the game day rotation this week, his presence on the roster indicates that the coaching staff sees some value in his continued development. It could be a depth move, or perhaps they're just keeping him close as a potential future asset. Either way, it's a story to watch because it speaks to the Eagles' roster management philosophy, always looking for ways to improve and adapt, even if it's with players who are still finding their footing. Now, let's talk a little more about the bigger picture. The Eagles' offensive line has been a cornerstone of their success in recent years, especially with the way they've built around their quarterback and their skill players. Jalen Hurts, for example, has benefited from a solid offensive line that gives him the protection to make plays both through the air and on the ground. The addition of Green, even if it's just as a developmental project, adds some depth, which is crucial in the NFL, where injuries are inevitable. Having a flexible roster allows the Eagles to handle setbacks without losing momentum, and that's something they've done very well. The team's overall roster strategy this season has been interesting. They've shown a willingness to take chances on players like Green, who have seen their ups and downs early in their careers, but still possess high ceilings. It's a sign that the Eagles are confident in their coaching staff's ability to develop talent and get the most out of their roster. They're not just looking for immediate starters, they're building a squad that can adapt and grow throughout the season. This approach has been a hallmark of their recent success, and it's likely to continue in the coming weeks. Of course, fans are always eager to see their players perform, and Green's re-addition to the roster has sparked some debate among the Eagles' faithful. Some see it as a smart move, an opportunity to keep a talented, young player close, with the hope that he might develop into a reliable depth option or even a future starter. Others, like Gouton, feel that it's more of a depth signing that might not have immediate implications, especially with the current roster already packed with capable linemen. But that's the beauty of roster management in the NFL. Sometimes, you're planting seeds for the future, even if it's not immediately obvious. And speaking of the future, it's worth noting that Green's age and background still give him a lot of untapped potential. At just 24, he's still learning, still growing, and with the right coaching and environment, he could turn things around. The Eagles have a history of nurturing young talent and turning players who looked lost into key contributors. It's a long season ahead, and injuries, performance, and development will all play roles in how Green fits into the bigger picture. But one thing is clear: Philadelphia believes there's still a story to be written with him, which is why they've kept him close, even if it's just as a depth piece for now. Looking at the bigger NFC landscape, this move might seem minor on the surface, but in reality, it's part of a larger puzzle. The Eagles are always looking to improve, whether through draft picks, trades, or strategic signings. Their goal remains clear: to build a team that can contend for a Super Bowl year after year, and every roster move, even the seemingly small ones like re-signing a young lineman, is part of that blueprint. The NFC East is fierce this season, with division rivals making their own moves, but the Eagles seem to be maintaining their focus, trusting their process, and adding depth where it matters. In conclusion, this story about Kenyon Green might seem like just another roster transaction, but it's actually a window into the Eagles' mindset: long-term, strategic, and always looking for ways to improve. Whether Green becomes a key piece or just a depth player, his journey reflects the team's approach to talent development and roster management. It's a testament to their confidence in their coaching staff and their commitment to building a resilient, adaptable squad. And as fans, we should be excited about the possibilities that lie ahead, because the Eagles are always a team to watch, especially when they're making moves that hint at even bigger plans. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. Thanks for watching, and let's keep the passion for our team alive and strong.